He says, I want you to be courageous. I want you to be strong and courageous. God is saying, get your hopes up. I was talking with my mom one day on the phone, and I remember my mom telling me, she said, Mijo, I'm going to go run a marathon in San Diego. I'm like, Mom, do you have a will ready? Are there things, arrangements that need to be made? I'm thinking, man, she's going to die. Now, I'm not saying my mom's age. I'm 28. She's 20 years older than me, but I'm not saying her age. I'm not saying anything. I'm a good man. I don't say stuff like that. But she's about to run the San Diego Marathon. Now, how many of you have ever been to San Diego? Anybody been to San Diego? You know, it's a big, somewhat of a military town. The race is stationed out of the military, which is kind of an island. And then you go up this bridge, and you come up over this bridge, and you come back over the water, and you come into downtown San Diego. I'm thinking, Mom, you do know that bridge goes, like, up. And she said, yeah. I said, Mom, you do know you have to run the whole thing. She said, yeah. I said, Mom, I don't want to lose you yet. I need you. My kids love you. You can't do that to me. She said, well, then you won't like what I say next. I said, what? She said, well, your aunt's going to do it with me. I said, I'm going to lose both of them. I mean, I'm fearing for my mother here. So she goes and she competes, and for some reason, I think my wife and I were there. My aunt was retiring. I got to speak at her retirement ceremony. Can I tell y'all something? There were Navy SEALs in the crowd, and let me tell you something. They say if you can preach to teenagers, you can preach to anybody. That is a lie from the devil. If you can preach to Navy SEALs and make them laugh, you done did something. It wasn't even you, it was God. I'm telling you, those guys look at you like they could kill you with one eyeball. Boy, watch this. You know what I mean? You feel very safe, and then you feel very scared, all in the same moment. It's a complicated emotion. I remember being in San Diego, and I'm leaving, get on the plane. I'm like, God, don't let her die, don't let her die, don't let her die, don't let her die, don't let her die. She told me this, though. She said, after she was done, I waited for a phone call. She said, Mijo, it was amazing. Mijo means son. Son, it was so amazing. I can't tell you. Then she started telling me the story, and she said, listen, I've been training, I've been running, I've been getting ready for it. I didn't just get off the couch and do this. And she said, there's certain miles that people hit what they call the wall when you run. Any cross-country people, any marathon runners, you know what I'm talking about. There's this thing when you're running a marathon, there are certain miles where you hit what they call the wall. And they're always the same mile in a marathon. And so what the organizers of the marathon do is they go and take these certain volunteers, and they will station them at this particular mile in the race. My mom said, I think it's like mile 8. She said she's got done with mile 6, and she's just struggling. God, I don't know if I can make it. I want to see my grandkids. My son thinks I'm going to die. I think he's right. He was prophesying. I mean, she gets to mile 7, and she is outwinded. I mean, she's tired. But she gets to mile 8. And she had a number, I think it was like 426 or something like that. And she's running. All of a sudden, she hears, 426, pick it up! And then and then she's noticed all these people, and they're calling, 426, move those feet faster. You didn't come here to quit. Get up, keep moving. You didn't come this far to stop. You still got several miles to go. Now let's go. And she's sitting there going, Jesus, I'm going to die. Or someone. She said, Chris, it was like a dart of encouragement, a steroid shot into her heart. She started leaping like this. It was crazy. Can I tell you something? God has organized your life. And there are certain mile markers that you are going to go through. Certain dry places, certain wilderness, certain trials, certain circumstances. But He's put a Moses right there. He's put your husband there. He's put your wife there. He's put your kids there. He's put your pastor there. Can I tell you something? And they are telling you, don't you quit. You didn't come this far to quit. Lock it in. Keep going. Can I tell you something? You need to get your hopes up tonight. I've been sent like a Moses to tell you, this is not the time to fail. Failure is not fatal. I don't know about you. I've just never seen anybody die from failure. Now, if you went parachuting, jumping off a cliff, the thing didn't open, you dead.